Hollywood Vampires is an American rock supergroup formed in 2012 by Alice Cooper, Johnny Depp, and Joe Perry. The band name derives from the Hollywood Vampires, a celebrity drinking club formed by Cooper in the 1970s, including Harry Nilsson, Keith Moon of The Who, and Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees. The group's debut live performances were held at Roxy Theater, West Hollywood in Los Angeles on September 16th and 17th, 2015. The three core members were accompanied by bassist Duff McKagan, drummer Matt Sorum, rhythm guitarist Tommy Henriksen, and Bruce Witkin on keyboards and additional guitar. Guest performers for both nights were Tom Morello, Geezer Butler, Perry Farrell, Zach Starkey, and Kesha, and Marilyn Manson guesting on the second night. The following week, the group performed at Brazil's Rock in Rio Festival on September 24, 2015, and was webcast live. Guest performers were Lizzie Hale, Zach Starkey, and Andreas Kisser. In February 2016, the group performed at the Grammy Award ceremony as a tribute to Lemmy, who had died at the end of 2015. The group also announced their first concert tour, which began at Turning Stone Resort and Casino on May 24th. The group was scheduled to make their first late-night television appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert on July 11, 2016. However, lead guitarist and co-founder Perry collapsed on stage during a performance on July 10th. The band continued to perform without Perry prior to his return to the tour on July 22nd. The group made their first late-night television appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live on June 19, 2019. In June 2022, the band announced a new tour that took place in Europe in the summer of 2023. On April 3, 2023, the band announced additional dates of the tour to take place in the United States in late May and early June. However, those dates were later rescheduled to late July after Johnny Depp suffered an ankle injury. Johnny Depp earned a whopping $68 million, approximately for just 7 minutes of screen time in Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. That works out to nearly $85 per minute, making him the highest-paid actor in Hollywood. With this staggering deal, he surpassed stars like Tom Cruise, Dwayne Johnson, and Brad Pitt. The film went on to earn over $1 billion at the box office, making Depp's deal financially worthwhile. Once considered washed up, Depp made a stunning comeback, and that too with just a few minutes on screen. Depp's mother gave him a guitar when he was 12, and he began playing in various bands. He dropped out of Miramar High School at 16 in 1979 to become a rock musician. He attempted to go back to school 2 weeks later, but the principal told him to follow his dream of being a musician. Alice Cooper and his surprise guest Johnny Depp have paid tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. Depp made an appearance with Cooper during the Rockers concert at London's O2 Arena on Friday, July 25th. The Pirates of the Caribbean actor, 62, joined Cooper, 77, in honoring Osbourne by playing guitar during a performance of the classic Black Sabbath song Paranoid, according to video from the show shared on social media and YouTube. Cooper previously paid tribute to the rock icon in an Instagram post, noting he heard the news minutes before going on stage, and subsequently dedicated his July 22nd performance in Wales to the musician. Well, we all know that time is going to take us rockers, but when the giants fall, it's really hard to accept, Cooper shared. Even though everybody saw it coming with Ozzy, it just took our breath away when it happened. So Ozzy and family, your records and your music and your legend and all that you brought, the humor to the rock business, will live on forever, and we're gonna miss you, man. Cooper also said that Osbourne earned immense respect among his peers and from fans around the world as an unmatched showman and cultural icon. He was and will continue to be a rock and roll legend. Rock and roll is a family and a fraternity, he added. When we lose one of our own, it bleeds. I wish I would have gotten to know my brother Ozzy better. Cooper spoke further about Osbourne on The Scott Mills Breakfast Show, noting the two of them really got along and shared a desire to continue performing as long as possible. Osbourne died just weeks after he performed during a farewell show with Black Sabbath. Ozzy was one of those guys that was a lifer, Cooper reflected. There are certain guys that are lifers, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, that are still doing it and doing it amazingly well. I'm going to do this until I can't do it. And I think Ozzy was the same thing. There may be no more fitting tribute to the beloved Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, than his haunting ballad, Mama, I'm Coming Home, following his death Tuesday morning in Birmingham, England, the city where he was born 76 years ago. His death came just weeks after reuniting with his band Black Sabbath for a final farewell show in England. Born John Michael Osbourne on December 3, 1948, he became one of the most influential rock musicians of the 20th century, as both lead singer of Black Sabbath and as a prolific solo artist. In his 5 decades of making music, he was awarded 5 Grammys, and Black Sabbath was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2006. Throughout his life, Osbourne was known for crazy antics like eating a live bat on stage, eating a live dove in a meeting with record executives, and being jailed for urinating on the Alamo cenotaph. Osbourne also achieved reality TV star fame with The Osbournes, a show that followed his family and aired on MTV for 4 seasons beginning in 2002. He also dealt with rampant drug addiction and alcoholism, ultimately achieving sobriety and releasing his penultimate 2020 album, Ordinary Man. He leaves behind Sharon Osbourne, his wife of more than 40 years, as well as daughters Jessica, Amy, and Kelly, and sons Elliot, Louis, and Jack. The news of his passing may be addressed best by Osbourne himself, with these lyrics from the 1980 song Goodbye to Romance, from his inaugural solo album, Blizzard of Oz. I say goodbye to romance. Yeah. Goodbye to friends, I tell you. Goodbye to all the past, I guess, that we'll meet. We'll meet in the end. John Michael Osbourne, the rock vocalist, found early fame as the lead singer of Black Sabbath, an English heavy metal outfit that earned fan fervor and industry criticism for its dark sound and occult image. As Black Sabbath began to make a name for itself with the group's musical unholiness, Osbourne was christened the band's Prince of Darkness. Black Sabbath, which was formed in the late 1960s by Osbourne alongside guitarist Tony Iommi, drummer Bill Ward, and bassist Geezer Butler, previously went by the group names the Polka Tulk Blues Band and Earth. The band landed on Black Sabbath after members observed a screening of the 1963 Italian horror film of the same name across the street from their rehearsal room. Inspired by the horror genre, the group wrote the song Black Sabbath, which became its new name, as well as the title track of its 1970 debut album. In a 2016 interview with NME, Osbourne said fans' reactions to the song's doom metal sound helped spawn his dark nickname. When we started gigging way back when, as soon as we started playing this song's opening chords, young girls in the audience would freak out, Osbourne said at the time. They thought we were Satan's friends or something. Osbourne reflected on the legacy of the macabre alias in a July 2013 interview with the Broward Palm Beach New Times. It's a name. I didn't wake up one morning and go, you know what, I'm going to call myself, Osbourne told the outlet. It started as a joke name, really. I'm okay with it, you know? It's better than being called an a-hole. Elton John led the tributes to Osbourne, writing on Instagram that he was a dear friend and a huge trailblazer who secured his place in the pantheon of rock gods. A true legend. The Rocket Man singer also said Osbourne was one of the funniest people I've ever met. The Rolling Stones' Ronnie Wood wrote that he was so very sad to hear the news. What a lovely goodbye concert he had, he added, referring to the farewell show that Osbourne held with Black Sabbath on July 5th, just weeks before his death. Youngblood, who performed at that farewell show, said on X that he didn't think you would leave so soon, noting that the last time we met, you were so full of life, and your laugh filled up the room. The singer, who dubbed Osbourne the greatest of all time, added, I will never forget you. You will be in every single note I sing and with me every single time I walk on stage. The official Instagram account for Metallica also paid its respects, posting a photo of Osbourne with a broken heart emoji as the caption, while the Black Sabbath account said, Ozzy forever. Osbourne's bandmates and guitarist Tony Iommi, drummer Bill Ward, and bassist Geezer Butler paid further tribute in individual messages that celebrated the legacy of their inimitable frontman. It's just such heartbreaking news that I can't really find the words, Iommi wrote on Instagram. There won't ever be another like him. Geezer, Bill and myself have lost our brother. Where will I find you now? In the memories, our unspoken embraces, our missed phone calls, no. You're forever in my heart. Ward wrote alongside a throwback photo on Instagram. Rip sincere regrets to all the fans. Never goodbye, thank you forever. Goodbye, dear friend. Thanks for all those years, wrote Butler, later reminiscing on Black Sabbath's farewell concert. We had some great fun. 4 kids from Aston. Who'd have thought, eh? So glad we got to do it one last time. Back in Aston, Jack White posted a throwback photo of Osbourne on Instagram and simply wrote in the caption, "He made it." Jason Momoa shared a photo he took with Osbourne and the rocker's wife Sharon, while offering his tribute. "Love you, Ozzy Osbourne," the Aquaman star wrote. "All my aloha a Sharon Osbourne and Ohana. So grateful, repeat." In an ex-post, Flavor Flav said he was heartbroken by Osbourne's death. "We go way back, and it was a real honor to watch him get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last year," he said. "Sending my love and prayers to Sharon and his kids and whole family." Bret Michaels said on Instagram he would be dedicating all of his shows this week to Osbourne, remembering him as one of the greatest rock legends to ever live. He added, "Ozzy, may you forever rest in peace and thank you for rocking our world." Fellow rock singer Jon Bon Jovi shared a throwback photo of himself and Osbourne on Instagram, writing, "Much love to Sharon and the beautiful Osbourne family." "So sorry to hear of your loss. Rest easy, Ozzy." Actor Danny Trejo shared a photo with Osbourne and honored him as one of the wildest souls to ever walk this earth, adding, "Ozzy wasn't just the Prince of Darkness. He was pure light to those of us lucky enough to meet him. A heart bigger than any stage he ever rocked." It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy has passed away this morning. The statement read, "He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time," read the note, signed by wife Sharon and children Jack, Kelly, Amy, and Louie. The father of 6 children over 2 marriages, Osbourne has been vocal about how rigorous touring and alcohol use affected his family life. In 1971, he married Thelma Riley, whom he met at a nightclub in his native UK. The pair had 2 children, Jessica, 53, and Lewis, who was in his mid-40s. Osbourne also adopted a 3rd child, Elliot, from Riley's previous relationship. The couple divorced in 1982. Following the end of his first marriage, Osbourne went on to marry Sharon Arden, now Osbourne, in 1982. Sharon was working for her father, Don Arden, who'd been Black Sabbath's manager when the band fired Osbourne in 1979 due to his substance abuse issues. The Osbournes share 3 children, Amy, 41, Kelly, 40, and Jack, 39. Their family life was chronicled in the early 2000s MTV show, The Osbournes, which Amy opted out of filming. Sharon, whose own fame as a music manager and TV personality has grown to match his, had a talent portfolio that included not just her husband, but other rockers like the Smashing Pumpkins and Motorhead. Her eldest daughter, Amy, leads the band ARO. Kelly has also amassed her own fame as a singer, actress, designer, and TV personality, known for reality shows from Dancing with the Stars to Fashion Police. She got engaged at her father's final Black Sabbath show in Birmingham, England, just weeks before his death. Meanwhile, youngest brother Jack is a TV personality who did a travel show with his dad, and later sister Kelly, for the History Channel and A&E, called Ozzy and Jack's World Detour.